everybody.
Welcome to another episode of Learning to Cook with Peter and Yin. We hope you've been enjoying this series so far, and today the dish that we have got for you is
Butter prawns.
We are going to be frying it and making egg floss. So this is something that I have cooked before, but we're going to try a new method that I saw on a channel called Norah's Cooking Diary on how to make the egg floss like really flossy. Right here we have got a can of evaporated milk, so we have split out 2 tablespoons into one separate thing. The rest of it goes in here, that's about 1.5 cups basically.
Okay.
You have got 7 eggs, which we have split into egg yolk and egg white. Some oils for the frying, and then this one will be for the egg floss. So this one is 2 cups and this is half a cup.
Okay.
Half a cup
Very
is for
precise.
the egg floss. Yep. We've got a handful of curry leaves. You want to have a smell?
Ooh.
So good.
That smells real
These
good.
ones are fresh from my father's garden. We're also going to be getting some chilies from there soon too, but we'll do that after we finish going through here. We have also got 100 grams of butter.
From New Zealand cows.
2 tablespoons of standard plain flour, half a teaspoon of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, and 3 cloves of garlic, which we're going to need to finely mince up. This is going to come into play later. A Ziploc bag and a pin.
Oh, really?
This is the tip we learned from that Norah's cooking channel, so.
Yeah. Oh, and we've got 10 prawns, which are sitting in the
Oh
fridge.
yes, that's a big thing to forget. We have got 10 prawns. In the recipe that I found online, which by the way, we'll leave her link down below in the description, she uses 5 prawns, but they are quite big ones. So I've gone with 10, which look like smallish ones.
Take off the heads. Mum's going to use them for a dish later on. We're going to devein them, deshell them. They're not done like that in the recipe, but that's just how we're going to do it because, you know,
It's easier to eat.
easy to eat. Yeah, get straight into the meat.
Traditionally, you leave the shells on.
Yeah, but we're leaving the tails, right, Mum?
Yep, that's right. We
Okay,
leave the tail.
so I'm going to let you show me how it's done first,
Okay.
and then maybe I'll have a try after.
Firstly, just peel off the head like that,
Yeah?
and then just take off all the shells,
Okay.
just like that.
So far so good. I'm
Yeah.
keeping up with that.
Just pull that off, and then just keep the tail there. So what we will need is actually a knife to cut that through there. You just slide it through here in the center like that.
Yeah.
You see all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just
Is it
cut them,
open?
just like that.
Easy.
Easy.
Make sure it's all cleaned out.
Yep.
Now I've got 10 sweet little prawns here.
They look really good.
Completely deveined. A little sachet of heads for Mum to use later. Now
And
over back to
shells.
you.
Thank you. Next step, we're going to be adding the flour and the salt, mixing it all together and tossing those prawns. Prawns have been set aside now, and next we are moving on to the egg floss mixture. So we've got our 7 egg yolks, the 2 tablespoons of the evaporated milk. We'll pour this in, and we want to mix this thoroughly. This is where the Ziploc bag and that pin comes in now. Now this looked like an ingenious trick that Norah was showing, and what you're supposed to do is get your Ziploc bag and poke holes into the top corner of this. I'm just gonna go ahead and prick some in. It's better to have like a needle, preferably a thicker needle apparently, not a skewer though, because that is too fat for it. We're trying to basically get the stringiness out of this. Okay, so to compensate for not having a fatter needle, I've tried to make a few more pin pricks and I hope that makes up for it. Now the next step is we want to open that up, put it into an empty cup, and in here we are going to pour the egg mixture. And we're just going to roll that back up, zip it up, and we will put this aside. We're adding our 2 cups of oil. The way to check that they are done is you can use a wooden chopstick, stick it in there, and if it starts bubbling around the tip of the chopstick, then you know it's done. Definitely good to do it over a low to medium heat, because you can prevent it from over frying. Definitely need that. 3, 4, 5. You only need about 2-3 minutes until they're fully cooked through. You can start seeing them curling up already.
Ooh, look at those babies.
Okay, and this is the moment that I've been waiting for. It is the hardest step, and I really hope this method works. So we've got our 1/2 cup of oil to cook the egg floss. And again, same thing as before, we need to put it over a medium heat. Use our skewer later to check that it's ready for the frying. But basically what we're going to do is take our eggy mixture from a high top, keep stirring it with a ladle, and if I do this right, it's going to get really frothy. And then one by one, add the rest of our ingredients.
Looks like Yin has finished all the egg.
Oh, it burst right at the end. Panicked, but it was at the end, so that's okay. So next we've added in the butter, curry leaves, the garlic, whoop, this is the sugar, the chili. Scoop all this mixture up, squeeze out all of that oil. Okay, so at this point in Norah's recipe, she chucks it right onto the prawns, tosses it all together, and basically you are done. But what I'm going to do is modify that slightly and make a bit of a sauce as well. I'm gonna kind of wing this one. I think I might have a bit too much carnation milk looking at that mixture though. So I've just got a tiny bit of oil drizzled in there, got a few more curry leaves, starting to thicken now. I've added just a little cube of butter as well. Add a bit of salt, and white pepper to taste, tomatoes. So it was actually correct, needing that much carnation milk, which is awesome. I've also added a pinch of sugar and a tiny bit of coriander powder. If I had real corianders, I would use that too. Actually, we didn't have some on us. So while that is doing its final thickening, we are going to go plate this part up. What I'm going to do with my clean hands, grab some of that egg floss, chuck it on these prawns. Then we are going to put our sauce on here, chuck that on top of it, and then just sprinkle it off with a little bit more egg floss at the end. Time for the taste test. Let's grab a little prawn. Cut an edge up there. Very buttery. And there's a nice crunch to it too from before when we fried the prawns. I only wish that the floss was flossier, but we had a bit of the breakage at the end. Otherwise, I like to think that this is quite a nice tasting dish, and I hope you guys like it. If you do try making this episode, let us know, would love to hear it. And if you guys enjoyed the video, know what to do, please give us those likes, subscribe if you haven't already, drop us a comment, love hearing from you, and we will catch you next time. See ya!